Hey guys, it's me, Teresa Perrin. Welcome back. I'm here to talk to you about Bed Bath & Beyond, ticker BBBY. And please forgive me if I call it BlackBerry at any point during my video. I am talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. This is a psychological thing that I can't seem to get over. And apparently in my last video, I did it a couple of times. So please notice that I do know I'm talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. And again, it's just a mental block that I have comparing the two tickers because like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now, they ran at the same time. So, and they're very close, BB and BBBY. So please note, I am talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. So anyways, guys, we're going to get into this. I'm going to show you the options chain, how things are heating up, and something very interesting that I saw in Ortex today, where the minimum cost to borrow is a negative number. I have never seen this, and hence my title. Are they paying people to short this? Guys, I'm not spreading FUD. This is actually there. Do I actually believe that? I don't know. That would be absolutely strange. I wouldn't put anything past them. Wait till you see the options chain. It would certainly explain it, but it's kind of crazy. Anyways, let's get into it. Please like and subscribe, and remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Okay, guys, so today was quite the amazing day for Bed Bath & Beyond. They closed the day at $15.85. They were up 23.47% for a total increase of $3.04. In the after hours, they dipped down slightly, 14 cents. Not a big deal at all, less than 1%. That's completely normal. If you've been in these scenarios before, you're well aware of that. Now, shout out to Joshua Bentley, 83, for putting up this Bed Bath & Beyond Max Pain and option chain info, because I find this very helpful, and I am a big fan of looking at Max Pain, guys, because it tends to tell you how hedge funds are going to try to steer the price, or market makers rather, but whoever is, shorting this down and trying to get it to as close to where they don't lose too much money, you tend to look at the Max Pain level. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to close there. There are many situations where, they lose control, and this appears to be one of them, guys. And the gamma ramp obviously exists in this stock. So I am just giving you this as a warning, because the Max Pain is at $10. They will want it to close as close to $10 as possible. Currently, the price is 68.28% above Max Pain. And guys, these numbers can fluctuate during the week as more people buy calls and puts. Currently, for this week's expiration, and you can feel free to screenshot this. I'm only going to go through this week's at this point. As you can see, they are all high out of the money. The highest Max Pain level isn't until September 30th at $11.50. And I don't know where that number comes from, because September 30th, it looks like there's 795 in the money and none out of the money. For calls and for puts, 0 in the money and 344 out of the money. So not a significant amount when you compare the other weeks. Anyways, let's just go back to August 19th, because like I said, I am just going to focus on that one since we are in that week for closing. So guys, currently there are 91,884 calls that are in the money. But check this out. Look at this gamma ramp we have going. There's 104,988 calls that could potentially get in the money. Guys, that's huge. As far as puts go, there's 4,226 that are in the money and 109,544 that are out of the money. So somebody is betting hard that this is going to come down this week. I find that interesting, and I'd love to see how this progresses throughout the week. The put to call ratio is at 0.58. And Max Pain, like I said, is $10, and currently we are 68.20% above the max pain price. So guys, this gamma ramp could easily continue with all of these out of the money calls as long as volume comes in. But please be warned that they always try to bring that level as close to max pain as possible. Ways that they do this is probably like they're trying by buying out of the money puts. So that could be the explanation of that. But we'll have to see what happens later in the week. After all, it is only Monday, but this is something that you all should be aware of. Now let's check out the Ortex and Fintel data and get into why I titled my video what I did. According to Ortex, Bed Bath & Beyond short interest is at 50.97%, which is an increase of 5.1%. They borrowed 3.91 million shares and only returned 526.6 thousand shares today for an increase of 3.38 million shares. Hard to believe with it skyrocketing the way it is. They continue to borrow, but guys, they do. The cost to borrow max is 228.17%. The cost to borrow minimum is a negative. I've never seen that before. What are they paying people to short this now? That's crazy. But it says it's negative 1.13%. Check that out. Bottom right-hand corner. That is beyond odd. Making the average 77.32%. Let's see what Fintel's telling us. All right, guys, according to Fintel, the short interest is 41.86% of the free float. And because of the massive amount of volume that we have been getting in BBBY, the days to cover is only 0.39 days. So it should be very easy for them to cover. So why aren't they? Interestingly enough, I think this is really a gamma squeeze type event more than a short squeeze, although the numbers are huge. And guys, BBBY has no shares available to short at this time. And according to Fintel, the cost to borrow average is 30.52, and that's the minimum, maximum, whatever, because there's no shares available anyways. But guys, remember, market makers have an endless liquidity pool with that F3 override key. If you haven't watched The Big Short, I highly recommend it because it is fact. So just because it says there's no shorts, don't be shocked if suddenly they appear. Anyways, the short volume ratio is 53.17%. And the failure to delivers. Oh, looky. Interesting. Look at that huge spike. Let's see what we're getting. All right, guys. So today, the big spike in price came because they had 3,152,293 shares that they needed to cover. Tomorrow, they also have a very big day. They have to cover 1,195,149 failure to delivers. Now, guys, that being said, that is what they shorted, that they failed to deliver as of July 12th. This is only an indicator because obviously they can cover these shares before the T plus 35, which would be, the 1,195,000 plus due tomorrow would be 35 days from July 12th. So, like I said, it's very possible that they did go ahead and already cover that, but I doubt it based on the price action we've been seeing. Now, you'll see the rest of the week it gets less and less, which will give them an opportunity to try to drive that price down. So again, be cautious of that. And I'm not saying that if they do that it's the be-all, end-all and that the squeeze is done. Absolutely not. There's a lot of covering they need to do, and clearly they're not getting there. But look once they get past that date, through tomorrow, it gets less and less, which tells me that they stopped shorting this as much as they were with those failure to delivers because these numbers are getting substantially less. So keep that in mind for the week going forward. This is not FUD. This is fact based on what we're seeing. And again, guys, there's a massive gamma ramp. It's not going to take much to push this up, but I promise you they are going to try to bring it down because they are losing control right now. But I'm seeing very bullish indicators. I'm just seeing signs of caution as well that I want to warn you about. Now, Does that mean anything's going to happen? No, guys, I can't predict. I can just give you both scenarios, and we have to let the chart and the price action show us what comes from that. Anyone who tells you otherwise is not being completely honest with you. So I hope that BBBY continues to rocket to the moon. Also be aware that I believe we created a gap on the daily chart. I will get into that in tomorrow's video because I'm tired and want to go to bed. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous night.